Hello, you, and welcome back to Serene Sage Tarot. Today, we're diving into 11 micro qualities that can make you stand out in any room. These are the little things that make a big impact. Confidence, sense of humor, charm, of course. Those are pretty general and everybody knows them. But in this video, I want to discuss things that you might have not heard before. Just letting you know that there is construction going on next door. The whole house is being demolished and built again. So there is going to be a hammer sound that you'll hear probably throughout the video. Try to ignore that and just listen to the points that I'm trying to make, because these are going to change your life if you let them. Let's start with point number 1, the power of the pause. When you're talking, pausing before you respond or make a point can show confidence and make your words more impactful. It gives you a moment to gather your thoughts and makes others hang on to your next words. Now, that can be a little tricky because I know growing up I had a friend who talked too much. So I started talking even faster, because if I didn't talk fast, I wasn't allowed to finish my sentences. And that made me habitual of talking really fast. But growing up, after a few years, I realized that that was doing me a lot of disservice, because when you talk slowly, it lets you take up space. And you need to take up space physically and emotionally. Talking too fast can imply that you yourself don't value what you're saying, and you don't value your time, and you think that you are not worthy of somebody else's time. And that is something that if you are doing it and you realize that you're doing it, it's time to fix it, honey, because that is not helping you at all. You'll find yourself holding a glass. If you're looking left, you'll find yourself looking left. If they're touching their hair, you'll find yourself touching your hair too. This happens when you are so in sync with the other person, when you are attracted to them, when you like them, when you feel like you want to be a little more like them. Subconsciously, you start taking these little cues from their body language. But what happens when you don't like someone, or at a business meeting or at a party, when you don't know somebody, so you don't like them, but you also want to make a good first impression or even a good second, third impression? You can start doing this deliberately to make them feel a little more comfortable. And people warm up to you when you make them feel comfortable. Try it next time. Point number 4. Remembering names. Now, this is a little more obvious, but at the same time, I feel like people don't really use this technique pretty often. But just think of it this way. Don't we just light up when somebody unexpected remembers our name and calls us by our actual name? And don't we feel a little embarrassed when somebody calls us by the wrong name? Remembering and using people's names in conversation shows attention to detail and respect. It makes interactions more personal and makes people feel valued. A quick tip is to repeat their name when they introduce themselves to help it stick. Just take their name once so you remember it next time, and it might just click and help you connect better. Point number 5, active eye contact. Maintaining eye contact shows you're engaged, and breaking it occasionally makes it feel less intense and more natural. You don't want to be creepily staring somebody right in the eye, because sometimes liars do that too. People who are very good at lying, they deliberately keep more eye contact. Just a little tidbit to remember next time you catch somebody in a lie. But of course, when somebody is not a very good liar, they are going to avoid eye contact, which just goes to say that eye contact is very important when you're trying to leave an impact on somebody, because that is something you remember. Even without saying a word, you can still remember somebody just by the way they were looking at you, right? So this balance of making eye contact and breaking it sometimes, it just keeps interactions comfortable and shows that you're truly interested in the person you're speaking with. And we all want to be around people who are interested in speaking with us. Because if you feel that you are just around somebody who doesn't want to be there, you're not going to want to be there next time yourself, right? Point number 6, the perfect handshake. A handshake might seem trivial, but a perfect one can leave a lasting impression. Aim for a firm but not crushing grip, and accompany it with a friendly smile. It's a small gesture that speaks volumes about your confidence and approachability. You've reached halfway through the video, and congratulations for that, because you have just taken the first step towards self-improvement. And if this isn't the first video you've watched on self-improvement, which I'm assuming you haven't, then also congratulations, because you have already started the journey. And now it's time to start implementing the things that you have learned. Let me know, out of the 6 points that I just mentioned, which one stood out to you the most. And if you don't know what to comment, then just leave a sunflower emoji to let me and others know that you reached till this point in the video. Moving on to point number 7. How else can you be more memorable? Tone modulation. How you say something can be just as important as what you say. You don't want to sound like a robot. You don't want to sound like a zombie. You need your voice, the sounds, the vibrations to have their ups and downs, like a natural flow of the river, right? Varying your tone keeps conversations interesting and engaging. Emphasize keywords and change your pitch to highlight important points. Make your speech more dynamic, because all of us have had that one teacher sometime in our lives who just talked non-stop, and we learned nothing because we heard nothing, because they were so boring, so monotonous. Literally, the synonym of the word boring is monotonous. Mono means one, and tonus, tone. Monotonous means one tone. People who just speak in one tone are boring. This brings us to point number 8. Leaning in, literally. Leaning in slightly when someone is speaking shows that you're engaged and interested in what they're saying to you. It's a small movement that can make interactions feel more intimate and shows the speaker that you're fully present in the conversation. Because just knowing how to talk, what to talk is not enough. You have to listen. Sometimes that is more important than what you say. How you make the others feel is what leaves maximum impact. Are they feeling heard? Listen to them. Even if you're not interested in what they're saying, you have to make them believe that you are interested, that you are fully present in the conversation. Which also, I need to say this, very obvious, but do not get your phone out. Even if it's out, don't look at the screen. Just don't look at the screen. Point number 9, strategic silence. Staying silent at a key moment in a sentence, it just creates a sense of anticipation. Knowing when to stay silent can be just as powerful as knowing what to say and when to say. Strategic silence can create a sense of interest and make your next words more impactful. Use silence to your advantage and in conversations, and see what happens next time. Everyone is going to be glued to your story. This brings us to the second last point, which is personal scent, your signature scent. A subtle, unique scent can make you memorable. Choose a signature scent that's pleasant and not overbearing, not overpowering. It's a subtle way to leave a lasting impression and can even become part of how people remember you. You see how certain scents just take us down the memory lane? Which is why perfumes are such an amazing gift, because if you want someone special to think about you or remember you, give them a perfume, and every time they spritz themselves with it, they're going to think of you. Last but not the least, affirmations. Small, genuine compliments or affirmations can boost someone's day and make you more likable. Simple phrases like, that's a great point, or I appreciate your help, thank you so much, thank you for listening to me. There's so many things that you can say that don't even take that much effort, while they go a long way to make others feel good and valued. If you reached this part of the video, leave a butterfly emoji to let me and YouTube know that you liked this video and it was useful to you. There you have it, 11 micro qualities that can make you stand out in any room. These tiny details might seem small, but they can make a huge difference. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and the next video is going to be your August tarot readings. I know I am including a lot of different things in this, but I'm not going to venture out too much. It's going to be a self-development, manifestation, and tarot channel. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff and you're looking to grow yourself as a person, as an individual, then do subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Remember, stay serene. Bye.